Why human intelligence survives every technology shift. In this video, we're going to discuss about the irreplaceable role of a counselor, mentor, or a coach in the age of intelligent tools. The recurring human mistakes across history. When information becomes widely accessible, society temporarily assumes that experts are obsolete. But every single time these assumptions collapsed. In this video, let's look at across times and then see how these assumptions collapsed and what are the facts. Before books were common, knowledge lived in Gurukuls. Masters held oral traditions. Learning was slow, relational, and embodied. And when the shift happened that every knowledge is written in the form of books, a big question arose, which is why do we need teachers when every information is available in the form of book? What actually happened? Books only increased access. They could not help correct the difference between understanding and misunderstanding. Books could not adapt to an individual specific learning or a learner. Books could not make the individual ready to make a judgment. As a result, the role of a teacher has increased than ever, which is a similar pattern that we are seeing with the artificial intelligence or an AI tool today. An AI or an AI tool is equal to a book, but a counselor, mentor, or a coach is equal to a teacher who can help you make understanding better, who can help you adapt to your own conditions, who can make you judgment ready, future ready. Look at the industrial age, when apprenticeships were the most common that was happening. The context here is majority of the crafts were taught by a master-apprentice relationships manually, physically. Skills were tacit, experimental by nature. But the big shift happened in this time. Operating manuals, operating procedures were created, assembly line instructions were documented. Then the question arose, why do we need a practical apprenticeship when everything is in the form of a manual or an instruction? Well, this is when the role of the master craftsmen or the teachers or the gurus have actually increased. The reason being, your master craftsman will help you spot subtle errors, transfer instincts when you are on field, help you make judgments. So if you draw parallel with the current age, your artificial intelligence or an AI tool will help you give a procedure, a manual, but your mentor, your coach, your counselor will help you make judgments. In the early corporate era, most organizations have codified HR policies, promotion criteria, performance metrics, and many such things. And the belief system started to establish that why do we need managers when the rules are very clear? But what actually happened? Rule-based system failed in conflict, in ambiguity, when there is lack of motivation, and then when there is an ethical dilemma. So the managers did not disappear completely. They have evolved into people leaders to help individuals resolve ethical dilemmas, make decisions when in ambiguity, motivate them when they lack, and resolve conflicts. So if you draw a parallel, your rules are equal to your eligibility, your degrees, and your pathways, whereas your mentor will help you in gray zones. In your career, when your career is at a gray zone, your mentor or a counselor or a coach is the one who actually help you and clear those gray zones. There were times when the self-help books were at a boom. The psychology concepts are all taught through books, and people started to learn about different models, different practices, different therapeutic methods by reading books, and started to claim that therapists only tell you what a book can tell you. Why do we need them? Well, by reading those self-help books, people got to know about the attachment styles, communication models, coping up techniques, but they still lack with repeated patterns, self-sabotage, emotional blind spots. So why? Because insights without reflection doesn't change behavior, my dear friends. Insights without reflection doesn't change behavior. So knowing your strengths is not equal to making a right career choice, aligning yourself to a right pathway. Reading is not equal to becoming. This is when the role of a therapist or a mentor or a counselor became more prominent. They will help you interpret your strengths in a right way and choose a right path if you are planning for a career. They'll help you correct your understanding, your reading knowledge, and put that into a context so that you could become somebody. Let's look at the Google era. Everybody felt informed. Information was instant. So as a result, this is the exact sentence that emerged. Why pay someone when it's all on Google? But the outcome was the rise of coaches, mentors, counselors, therapists have increased than ever, because having information did not mean knowing what to do with it. You see a familiarity nowadays we keep hearing. So the role of a mentor, counselor, coach has increased than ever because the information started overwhelming people. Now we are living in the era of artificial intelligence. Now the big question in this era is, why do we need counselors, coaches and mentors when I have a tool like a ChatGPT or a Perplexity or any other tool for that matter? Well, if you look at ever since, whether it could be books, standard operating procedures, rules, search engines in the internet era, or most recently the large language models, what the artificial intelligence uses. It doesn't matter. Wisdom is portable, but interpretation is still human. Skills are written. Judgment is embodied. People are predictable, but humans aren't. Awareness is not equal to change. Change needs witnessing. Information is not equal to decision. Decision needs context. Advice is automated, but consequences aren't. So you still need a coach, mentor or a counselor to make those crucial decisions in your life. So here is the deep pattern, the core insight. Information revolutions always overestimate access and underestimate interpretation. So the guidance, whether it is career guidance, your life guidance, whatever guidance you look up to, that sits in an interpretation zone, but not in the information zone, my dear friends. So finally, why career counseling or mentoring coaching survives in every technological shift? Because it deals with ambiguity, identity, risk, family systems, emotional trade-offs, irreversible choices. Every era thinks that access to information replaces wisdom, and every era has been proven wrong, including the current ongoing artificial intelligence era. My dear friends, tools change, human confusion does not. Irony that no one notices. The more options technology creates, the more guidance humans needed. Because AI did not simplify decisions or guidance, it only exploded information overload, which means more regret, more paralysis, more misalignment. These are exactly the perfect conditions for an experienced counselor, mentor or a coach. Who matters the most?